Good news though, I found myself a universal steering wheel. Well, I got the old hamster wheel turning in the brain. Well, this morning is starting off a little different. We just got back from the lawyer's office, and in my hand is the second largest check I've ever held in my life. It's also very windy, so I should hold on to it tight. If you've been following along, you know I've been making some decisions in the last couple months, and this is the first part in what is my convoluted 13-prong plan. I guess we'll call it a plan. A half-baked plan at that, but item number one is taken care of. But this changes things quite a bit around here, and I really need to get my butt in gear. But with that being said, welcome back to the Lost Cause Ranch and what is another day in the life of a Land Rover hoarder. It's a problem. But with this in hand, we really need to get some stuff organized around here. There is a lot to be sorted out, and we're gonna start with getting rid of more Land Rovers. I mean, they're never gone for too long. We'll get to what that check's about a little bit later in the video. And you know, we gotta save these guys. In case we ever have another one we cut apart and make into a truck. If you didn't catch it in the one truck video, I'm gonna use this on the rear cab to kind of dress up that big flat space. That space right there. It'll look a lot better with the window tucked in. So my major goal for the week is to kick this thing down the road. So we're working on grabbing the rest of what I think is worth keeping. We got a little bit of a pile started up. I've already robbed quite a bit off this thing, and if you remember, the main purpose was to get the engine out of it. And we successfully did that. So I just need to go through and grab a few more worthwhile pieces, like maybe the drive shafts. Some of this will sell, a fair amount of it will keep. I always have LR4s around. I have LR4s in the family, so it's worth having some of this stuff around. One of the things I definitely need for myself is the steering wheel. The one in the silver LR4, or I guess we can call it the truck LR4, is pretty chewed up. That was definitely the workhorse in the Lost Cause Ranch family, so it got abused over the last 5 years. Not only are we going to be able to get the engine out of this thing to make that better, we're going to be able to freshen up quite a bit with this. So that's always good. We're starting to get really close with all the interior stuff that we're going to... I just want to get the sunroof cartridge out. Figure that's worth having around. I feel like I've done this a bunch in the last couple weeks. The one in the truck's been in and out, in and out, in and out. All right, so I think this is the end of what we'll grab out of the inside here. We are really making some money on this one though, because I found this underneath the seat. Now, I'm probably not the most expert person to part vehicles out by any means, because as you see, there's a lot of stuff left inside, but I'm only one guy, and the way I look at it is like a $1 per hour factor. So you have to weigh how much labor something is to get out versus what it's gonna sell for. And I've found over the years that like $30 is the bare minimum of part value that I can go after, and that is if it is super easy to get out and there is very little effort. Because not only do you have the labor pulling it out, you're gonna have the labor listing it and the labor packaging and shipping it when it does sell. And then you also have to factor in a little bit of storage money, because if it's something that takes a while to sell, it's gonna sit on the shelf for quite a while, and that shelf space is worth money, especially in my situation where I don't have enough of it. We gotta make sure what we keep is valuable enough to keep. My time isn't worth a whole lot of money, but it is worth something. And then we end up leaving a lot of big stuff like seats and whatnot. So we're in Iowa, which isn't the Land Rover mecca of the world. So we would have to ship this stuff. And by the time you factor in freight on something like that, it's just not gonna sell. And on top of that, we go back to storage space. Seats take up a lot of space. So it has to be a valuable set of seats to stick around. Otherwise, it's better off just letting it go. Now we'll definitely keep the wheels and maybe the fenders, but the wheels we'll keep even though they're 19s and I have zero desire to run those on anything. They might be worth something to someone. Other than that, I think it's time to get this onto the trailer to the scrapyard. And once it's on the trailer, we can rip the wheels off, and then I got a couple other things underneath that I want to grab real quick, but I think it's time for this one to go. We did get a fair amount of little stuff off it this morning. So it's been probably a couple months since I've had to use the winch on the trailer. So we need to get the battery pulled off and charged back up. At least I think. Yeah. Definitely less than ideal voltage going on. You know what would be nice? Besides, if this eyelet would come off, if the weather would just stick around and stay nice. So it was just like 70 degrees out. Now it's 50 and windy. We've had some terrible weather around here lately. I mean, we have had some good stuff too. It's been 70s, sunny, but then I think we've had like 3 tornadoes in the last couple weeks that have been pretty near here. So yeah, that's less than ideal. So I got most of the small stuff cleaned up and pictured and packed away. We'll go over my pack away process and storing the stuff here in just a minute, but I have the rest of the stuff that we just yanked off ready to clean up and picture, so we'll get that done. Then you get to see my organizational nightmare, or at least the current organizational nightmare. It tends to be a theme around here. And here's that, we'll call it a situation I was talking about earlier. This is the container, or at least the inside of the container. And like the rest of my life, it is becoming a problem. It's dark back here. It's not terrible, but it's starting to get there. So if we look, the left-hand side is all stuff for the Land Rovers that I have. It's essentially all the stuff we need to keep around until those projects are done. The right-hand side is the stuff that is currently listed for sale, mainly up on the eBays, along with this shelf back here. And we got our overflow of cardboard boxes sitting back here as well. It's organized as well as I can organize it with what we got going on. So my current system kind of has everything batched together. And I keep the like vehicle stuff together on the same shelf in the same location. Like right there was just some of that LR4 stuff. The rest of that shelf going down is also LR4 stuff. And then I have them boxed together in batches or groups as I listed them. And as of right now, that works. It's just getting to the point where it's not going to work in the future. I can keep everything straight in my head at the moment, and I can go and I kind of know when I listed stuff with groups and whatnot. So it's easy to find everything, but we're starting to get to the point where it's not going to be easy to find. We're getting a lot of stuff photoed and listed, so we're going to have to come up with an actual inventory system. In the past, that was much easier because I had more space, but I'm out of space right now. So there's really only one true solve to that, and you probably guessed it with the opening of the video. As of today, I no longer own the car wash. Which, now that I say that, that seems like the opposite move of a solution. We're out of space, so let's sell the space that we have. But no, there is some stuff in the works, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But for now, we're gonna kind of work with what we got and optimize it as much as my ADHD brain can. This is driving me wild, but I just don't know exactly how to do it better at the moment. To make this to where we can actually organize it, we truly need about double the shelf space. And that's assuming we don't grow the collection of parts anymore. It would also be really nice to organize the keep side a little bit better. Like this wood shelf section right here is mainly LS3 Defender parts. That down there is detail stuff from when we had the dealership, and above it is all the LR4 truck stuff that needs to go back on the LR4. Back here, most of this is for the 109 Nada, some Discovery stuff, but on top of what's here in the storage container, I also have a storage unit back behind our original shop from the one when I started the business 20 years ago. And that's a 10 by 20 just filled to the brim with Discovery 2 interior parts. This is truly starting to stress me out. I mean, not a bad stress, but just like feels like everything's at the breaking point or like busting at the seams. Not the breaking point. Nothing bad. It's just kind of busting at the seams, and I'm juggling how to store everything properly. But that is why we need to get that white LR4 out of here. It's currently dead weight, dead space. We just need that back. There's a couple other ones that need to go as well, and it's just gonna make future life a tiny bit easier. And people say Land Rovers are junk. I don't know if that translated in video, but that rear end is garbage. But it's a good thing we have things like this and Jeeps around to keep my Land Rover habit well fed. And I say Jeeps because guess what? We had another broken one here. So in what seems to be a constant theme around here, we're working on a Jeep, but it's got a pretty typical 4-liter problem, and we have an intake leak somewhere in the system, and it likes to whistle. It sounds like a deer whistle going down the road. So I went ahead and grabbed one of these little cheapy Amazon smoke detectors, and as you saw, it seems to be putting smoke out. We had a super nice OTC one when we had the dealership. We sold that when we sold most of the dealership stuff. That was like $1,500. This is like $45. I like that better. So essentially we just plumbed this into the intake system. We pulled the filter off, popped it in there. It's gonna pump a bunch of smoke into here, and we should be able to see smoke coming out somewhere at some point in time. I see a little bit coming out of this, which I kind of suspected that was going to be a problem while looking, but we got some there, we got some there, got a load down by there. So we're obviously going to fix this stuff here, but I'm thinking the whistle's probably on the back side of the throttle body down there. You know, it's a real good thing someone took the frickin' steering wheel off. If there's one thing I'm good at in life, that's overcomplicating it. Good news though, I found myself a universal steering wheel. Hot dang, that worked. It's quick release too. Hopefully that behemoth of a rusty tow hitch that doesn't want to come out clears. We're just about to start climbing, so I think it should. And that's a negative. Son of a gun. We'll bump the Range Rover up once on the rear, see if we can get the angle a little better. And still not enough. I mean, realistically, if I breathe on it wrong, it's going to come off. Just won't come out of the receiver. Gotta adjust our steering a little bit. And there we go. We're pretty much ready to roll this thing across the scale. I have a few things I want to grab, like all the height sensors, just so I can keep those around for testing and whatnot in the future. Even though it held air and the suspension seemed fine, it's really not worth saving. Used ones that are this crusty, those aren't long for the world. So I think by the looks of things, we just about have everything we're gonna need. I'll grab this air block for the rear now that the wheel's out of the way. But that is another one that is pretty much good and gone. We got everything we need off it. The main purpose was the 5-liter engine to begin with, so no sense in hanging on to this guy. I was going to cut a section of the frame out to keep around in case we ever do another LR4 truck, but extend the chassis. But we'll just cross that bridge when we get here. I don't need to hang on to everything like that for no particular reason. Chances are we'll come across another junk LR4 between now and that point in time anyways, but I will give it a quick once over before we go and make that final trip with it. I've done that before where I've sent it to the crusher and then like a week later I'm like, oh man, I missed that part, either because I needed one or I ran across one for sale that was mighty expensive and I just threw it away. But I need to keep telling myself I can't keep everything. I just need to keep as much as we can and be smart about it, because I have kind of created a situation for myself here. And speaking of that, the car wash. Normally I wouldn't talk about things like this until everything in my plan is finalized. Just like when I sold the ranch, you guys didn't know that was all happening until everything was done, until we had the car wash bought, house sold, all the stuff moved. None of those videos went up before it was all finalized. But I figure if you are watching any of these day in the life of a Land Rover Hoarder videos that I've been doing, you have somewhat of an interest in my life, and I appreciate you guys following along. So I'll kind of give you a little more real-time info of what's happening. When you guys are watching this, me selling the car wash happened just a couple days prior. Now, the car wash was never going to be a permanent long-term solution, but I did think it would last longer than it did. It was kind of my 5-year plan. I was thinking I'd be here for 3-4 years and have something new within the 5-year mark that fits what we're trying to do a little bit more. My brother and I had a bigger, nicer, more expensive retail space that we purchased. It's 12 years ago now, and we sold that a few years ago. I kind of wanted to step back and simplify my life. Unfortunately, in the last year, I've complicated it. I have some of you guys to thank for that. But no, opportunities have been opening up, and I just feel like I need to seize some of those opportunities, and I'm just not able to do it in the 1,800 square foot footprint that the car wash is. The car wash did a great job. It served its purpose. It let me transition from my house, allowing me to play around a little bit. But now the car wash just doesn't align with where the Lost Cause Ranch is headed. So obviously, by me having the check, the car wash is sold. And that's a funny story in itself. I posted up on Facebook looking for some recommendations for someone to quote adding on to the car wash to give us a little more indoor space. And a buddy of mine sent me a message and said, don't add on, I'll just buy it. Well, I got the old hamster wheel turning in the brain, and we just started putting feelers out for some other stuff and some other opportunities. And we have one in the works. It's not finalized, which makes selling the car wash a terrible idea, being I don't have somewhere to go. But luckily, I leased back the car wash for a little bit from my buddy, and we aren't moving just yet. And I have some contingency plans if the current option doesn't work out. But hopefully we know more in about a month on that, and I will keep you guys updated. But as you can imagine, that was just a little bit of the reason why I was completely stressed out over the Defender trophy stuff, because I've been dealing with all this while I was in Canada, before I was in Canada, and it just kind of threw more into the fire. I feel really good now. We got prong 1 of our 13-prong plan knocked out of the way. Defender trophy was a blast. I'm starting to come down and not freak out as much. I handle stress pretty well, but that was kind of a little much in a 2-3 week span. But like I said, some stress is good stress. That was good stress. Everything is on the up and up, and I can't wait to show you what is happening, but you'll just have to stick around. With that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you subscribing. We will catch you in a couple days with some more LR4 truck stuff. Time for me to go throw an LR4 away.